Good evening, Interworld. Sergeant Slack here from Banana Bomb Productions. Welcome you back to this episode 59 of my hardcore Minecraft playthrough. In the last episode we did some mining and we talked about politics, and we're doing fairly well. We got up to 22 diamonds, which I think is almost enough for a set of armor, and then I need to work my thingy, what do you call it? Spawner, and get some enchantments on said armor before I'm in a position to do the live stream and build the castle, which live stream is still happening and will happen once I am in a position. So without further ado, in this episode, so I'll tell you what, whoa, get the frig out. People don't like change because it's scary and it's different. I'm too up on it. Oh dear, that's not good. Get in there, 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 get in there. Nope. Okay, water. Yeah.
Sergeant Slack's hardcore playthrough.
Right, there we are. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to enchant a book. I am going to enchant a book for the first time in Minecraft, and hopefully it won't be a big barrel of fail like I'm expecting it to be. Power 4, so that will be useful for something at some point. So I need an enchanted books depositation place, and it could be in there. I will do those every now and again, keep my enchantments at bay, but what we need to do is do a little more mining. So we've got to do mining, so I thought today we could talk about money, because it's something we've kind of touched on in our previous chats on copyright and politics. Yes, politics has taken a lot of it, and you know what? Since it's Do Things Differently April, I am actually going to bite the bullet and go the other way down one of my mines. So we're going to go down here. I'm going to see what this way holds for us, because I haven't been this way much. I'm going to be out into the sea fairly quickly this way. But there is a bit of, where am I for armor? I have some armor which offers some protection. Now you might hear some noises out the back from my annoying noisy neighbours. I apologise for that, but there is very little I can do about them, as I've found out over the course of this year. So I'll tell you what, whoa, get the frig out, you scaring the pants off me. And when I've got smite on this sword, I have what? But I digged a hole and there was a spider. Awfulness. And a creeper popping in on me. So hopefully we won't have any more problems with those. I did know that was going to be an issue going this way. But hopefully I can dig under them and not have too much problem. So money! Yes, everybody's favourite topic. Now, I hate money. I really do. For me, money is a necessary evil, because it's one of those things that we kind of need in society, but the way it's used, the way it's thought of, it's become corrupt. Over thousands of years of evolution, it's turned into, because money is one of the oldest things. It's almost as old as farming itself. And yeah, as we touched on in the last episode when we were talking about politics, is money is one of those things that you need, because if you're the bread farmer and you want some eggs, say, and then you need to trade with the egg farmer. But if the egg farmer doesn't want your bread, then you're boned. You've got to find someone else then, like say the sausage farmer. So the sausage farmer wants bread, but he doesn't want eggs. But the egg farmer wants sausages, and he doesn't want bread. And you want to have everything, because you're a greedy bastard, and you want to have a fry-up. You can't do that, because it's, well, I mean, you can, but it becomes incredibly complex. So people started with gold, and started using gold as currency, because it's valuable, and in small doses, it's incredibly valuable. And yeah, it's gone from there. But money, the major problem that I see with money and our current state of evolution as a society and a people is that money has become a be-all and end-all. It used to be, especially for like the baby boomer generation. That's really hard to say. The baby boomer generation, money was great. It was really freaking good, and especially as capitalism grew, and money would give you everything that you wanted. Having a lot of money would give you everything that it's wanted, but everyone needs to be as valuable in a society. The binman, for my money, for my 2 cents, we're still talking about money. I'm trying not to talk about money in the mining chat for like 2 seconds, and I can't even do it. It's how pervasive money is. Yes, so the thing that I've forgotten that I was talking about is not coming back to me, but it will. So just, you know, chill out, relax, enjoy the Minecraft, and we'll get back to it. In a society, everyone is as important as the next person. Don't fool yourself on this. The reason doctors get paid lots and lots is because there's lots and lots of training involved, and it takes a long time to do that. So people, I mean, relatively rightly so, think that they should be paid well for doing this, for dedicating your life and a lot of the time your monetary income in the early years to learning all there is about the human body and how to treat people and stuff like that. Then yes, you should be rewarded, and you should be rewarded greatly. But I don't think money's the way to go with this, because then you have a whole situation where people are in medicine just purely because it makes a lot of money, and they've got no particular love of the thing. You should act out of love, not out of money. I mean, if you want to be a doctor, you should be a doctor to help people, you know? And that should be your goal as a physician, is to enable people to overcome their problems. It should be for the good of the people that people do doctoring and stuff. I mean, that's what we have in this country, which has led me on this road at a very early age, because we have the NHS. And the NHS, although it's rapidly being privatised and taken away from us, the NHS started in London. It was one doctor who I think worked at King's College, and he was rich and lecturing and lots of money and everything was good, and he felt for his fellow man. He felt for the people around him that had medical ailments, which was lots of people in those days, and didn't have the facilities, didn't have the money basically to pay for treatment, and he didn't think that was right. So he started to do a free clinic, and he would do his paid clinic in the morning, where people would come and with their health issues and stuff, and he'd look after them, albeit not particularly in a great way, because this was still the time of bloodletting and all that kind of stuff, the dark days of medical history. And yeah, he would do the paid clinic in the morning, and he would do the free clinic in the afternoon. So at the end of the day, he was getting paid. He was putting food on the table. Diamonds, hello. He was getting his diamonds, and he realised that people needed to have someone to look after them, and needed to have someone who was experienced. Where's that diamond glugging around? Oh, they're all glugging around. I've not got any space for these diamonds. Already? Are we that far into this episode that I don't have space for things? This is going to be a problem. A quick explore. Get some torches down. See how safe I actually am in this place. I'm fairly safe up to there, so let's have a bit of a mine around. Good. So the NHS was started by a rich doctor chappie who had all the money he needed and felt for the plight of his fellow man and sought to make that better, because there were people out there that couldn't afford doctors and that needed doctors. Why have I got so much stuff on me already? Flint, don't need you. We'll take all this coal. Whoa, you freaked me right out. I thought you were a spider. Oh, that's put the willies at me. I'm not a fan of spiders. I don't mind spiders in real life. They're quite cute. Especially when they do that thing where they all live on their mama's back and then run off. But we don't have many of those spiders here. But I've seen them on the internet, which is Great. And yes, what I was talking about was everyone being as useful in a society as everyone else, which kind of touches on politics, which we talked about last mining chat, but I didn't really mention this point, so it's still relevant to the money thing. And where was I? Down here, wasn't I? Yes. How far will I actually get before I come back into the hole that I've just dug? Whatever. We are safe once again and can progress. So everyone in a society is as important as everyone else. You know, doctors are good. Yes. Oh, I need to go back and drop stuff off, don't I? Doctors are good, yes, they're great, but bin men are just as important as doctors, because if you don't have bin men, then, I mean, what, are you going to deal with all your rubbish? No, you need the bin man to do that, in the same way that you need the doctor to help you when you're sick, and you need the farmer to grow food for you. Each member of that society is as important as the next, and this is something our current monetary system doesn't realise, which is where you get into the situation where people are going into doctoring because it pays well, and not because they can actually make a difference, help people. Just what it's supposed to be about. I don't need that much flint, do I? Might need that much gunpowder. Those things away, up in there. Put that one in actually, and I do like that. That is one of my favourite features that's been added to Minecraft. So everyone is as important as everyone else in a society. We all need each other. This is what we need to realise as a people, is that we all need each other. And I don't think it's fair that doctors should get paid more than binmen, because both of those jobs are essential to the way that we live our lives, and both of them are required by our society to carry on functioning as our society does. So to reward one monetarily more than another doesn't seem fair, because all we should be using money for is to, you know, pay for things. But money's become more than what it was set out to be, which is, you know, currency and a way to easily trade. Money has become the be-all and end-all. The means has become the end, and that's horribly skewed and can lead to only one thing, which is like horrible bloodlust. As people go, oh, well, I've got lots of money and that's made me great and powerful, and so I want to have more money. So my quest for more money will lead me onto a path of destruction for many, because we live in an economically based capitalist society, and that relies heavily on money. And money creates power, and it creates all the things that people think they need, and it gives people a way to do lots and lots of things. And so there is another way. There is another way other than money, but that requires everyone to be equally valued. It requires everyone to be on board with everyone to be equally valued. And if you try and do that with like the 8 billion people on this world currently, you're gonna have bad time, in the words of South Park. And yeah, it's incredibly difficult to do in our current society with our current way of doing things. There would have to be huge changes brought in, and people don't like change because it's scary and it's different, and people don't like scary and different. People think that scary and different is going to result in an end to the way that they live their lives, which it may well do, but the thing is, it may well be for the better, and you can't see that because you're scared of what it could possibly mean for you. So, money, I don't like. I don't like money because it's become the be-all and end-all, and people will screw over anyone they can to get more money, be it friends, family, loved ones, enemies, political opponents, religious opponents, anyone will do it, just to get a bit more money in the bank so that they can breathe slightly more easily. But then there's the whole political climate around money and how much money is worth and how much that changes on a daily basis. If you had savings with inflation and things like that, if you had savings a few years ago, they can be worth next to nothing nowadays because of how the financial world changes and grows, and that's bad. That's incredibly bad. Your entire lifetime's worth of savings can be wiped out in one bad political move by whoever's in power at the time. And that sucks. To have your whole life's worth taken away from you just because, I don't know, someone decides that gold should be worth more or less than it should do. Because the stock market, we can't talk about money without talking about the stock market. The stock market is horrendous. If you knew the truth as to how these things actually worked, you would be up in arms. The whole entire world would be up in arms because it's ridiculous. The stock market, as most people understand it, is this big thing that they do in New York, and it's where they decide basically what things are worth. So commodities, foodstuffs, gold, a company's worth. It's all decided there on the trading floor of the stock market. And it's all decided basically by people saying, oh, well, I think this is worth stuff, so I'm going to hold on to it and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to hold on to it and pay lots of money for it. And I'm afraid that isn't how worth is created. Worth is created through people. People create worth. Is there going to be lava up here? Or am I good? I think I'm good. So what I'm actually going to do is block it in and water it up. When I can get up there. Get on the right button. It's been a while. Yes, thanks for that. Knocked out my torches and shizness. Hello? Big sea of lava. I will keep big sea of lava up to a certain point because it's useful. It's good for light and it's good for protecting my ass while I mine up these diamonds. Only 2, but still useful. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Good. So what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about money today, aren't we? And where have we got up to in money? I talked about like an equal society and how, oh yeah, money generate, wealth generation and creation and stuff. So the stock market runs basically the actions of the traders, because you might say, oh no, Slack, it's not that. It's about how good the harvest was, and that's what really affects how much cotton is worth, and the traders are just responding to how much things are worth by their actions. But no. That's not how it works. What actually happens is, you know, it's got very little to do with the actual creation of these items. It's all got to do with what people say they're worth. And that's how the stock market works, is it works by people holding on to stuff. You've got all the, like, the bullish thing and with the buying and selling, and the wealth of the commodity is decided by the traders and what the traders say it's worth. Oh, for frig's sake, there's more lava everywhere. And that is how it works, I'm afraid. If you look at the stock market and do a little bit of... oh, hello. And do a little bit of research into it and how these things are decided, then you will come to the same conclusion. Which is that it's the traders that decide everything. And it has very little to do with... oh, very exposed, not a fan. It has very little to do with what stuff is actually worth. And I haven't got a bow at me. So, well, here we go. See ya! I want to be going back down anyway, don't I? Oh, but there's more lava. There's always more lava. So I'm 2 up, aren't I? Oh dear, that's not good. Get in there, 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 get in there. Nope. Okay, water. Yeah. So the stock market isn't actually a reaction to how much cotton is worth, for instance. So the price of cotton on the stock market is basically decided by who's selling it and who's not selling it. So people just make up what things are worth. It's got nothing to do with the cotton harvest and how things, because otherwise it'd be static, apart from when there was a big when there was a bad harvest, and then it'd increase. And that isn't the way our monetary system works. Our monetary system is focused on growth. Everything has to grow. Did I put another torch down there? I don't think it did. Our monetary system is focused on growth. People make money out of money, and that sucks because it contributes to money being the be-all and end-all. So we've done the stock market. We should talk very... What happened? We should talk very quickly about banking, because banking's been in the news a lot in the past couple of years, and people are much better informed now than they were before about what banking is. And that always freaks me right out. People are much better informed now about the banking system and how it works. But basically, our banking system works on fractional reserve lending. So what this is this basically means, it goes back to when we had things like gold coins for money. A bank will write you a note, because money isn't actually current. I do not like the look of this at all. I don't want to be anywhere near it. I'm going home. The way banking works is fractional reserves. So basically, you can lend, you take in money from your clients. Say, going back to the gold bars thing, if you have 1 gold bar as a banker, someone comes to you and says, I have 1 gold bar, I want you to look after it for me, and apparently I have a strange accent. So you agree to look after this 1 gold bar for that chap, but now you have 1 gold bar. So under fractional reserve lending, you can now lend money to people over 9 times the value of that 1 gold bar. So you can now lend out 10 gold bars to people. And so the problem with this is that there isn't actually enough gold to back up this fractional reserve lending. That's what the run on the banks is. If everyone goes and says, oh, I want my gold back, please, then the bank doesn't have enough gold because of the fractional reserve lending, because they've lent out 10 times more than it's actually worth. So they don't have enough gold to go around. So banks invented money as we know it today, where you have... Oh, we're back home. Where you have a sort of thing where what happens at the moment is the bank will write you a promise. If you read your currency, whatever country you are in, it will say something along the lines of what it does in British currency, which is, I promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of blah. So it's not... Oh, I actually need that I just put away there. It's not actual money. It's a fiat currency. It's just the promise of money. That's all a banknote is. And this is because of the fractional reserve thing. So the only way our economy can grow is if we keep lending out more and more money. This is how the banking crisis happened. What with basically people upped the fractional reserve. So instead of like I go to NatWest and go, oh, I've got 10 grand here, I'm going to put it in the bank, then NatWest go, wicked. So NatWest can now lend out 100 grand to someone else. So that extra that person comes along, takes their 100 grand that they've borrowed off the Bank of England, say, who don't have that 100 grand, they only have 10 grand, and they go and take that 100 grand and put that in HSBC. And then HSBC Bank go, oh, wicked, we've just got 100 grand, so we'll lend out 1 million to someone else. And then they take that and put that in Lloyd's TSB, another bank. And then all of a sudden, you have this £1 million that's been lent to someone by TSB, which if you trace it back, all came from that 10 grand that was lent to NatWest in the first place. And that's how we got so screwed in banking. And the thing is, it's still freaking happening. It's still going on right now. This is still how the banking system works, which is why we always need to be making more money. Everything needs to grow and inflate. Otherwise, we will... Everything will end. We will fall on our asses and we will not have anything. We will not have 2 cents to rub together. So... that's the problem with growth. That's the problem with money, is money has become its own thing. I could do a mining chat on banking, but it's kind of in money. So to summarise, my problem with money is it's a necessary evil. We must have money or something like money But like everything in this world, it's become corrupt. Over thousands of years of people using it, it's become corrupt, and it's become something... the means has become an end, which is bad, because when the means becomes an end, all bets are off, basically. People just act crazily, because it's like a way of doing things has become the actual goal. So in order to wash your hands, to get them clean, well, you wash your hands and then they're clean, and then that's the means, is a means to an end. Washing your hands helps them to become clean. But if you get to the stage where you're washing your hands just so that you can wash your hands, then all you're ever going to do for eternity is wash your hands. And that's cool, especially if washing your hands, it turns out to be something awesome that benefits everybody. But if it benefits you and your children, and just you and your children, then it's not as good. And if the only way it could benefit you and your children is by screwing everyone else who's involved with it over, then it becomes extremely bad and extremely detrimental to life. Not just the society we live in and the way in which we live, but to life in general. And that's a bad thing. And we do lots of this stuff, and we need to stop it. I need some food. I actually need some food in real life as well. So I think we should probably call things a day there, guys. This is Sergeant Slack from Banana Bomb Productions saying thanks very much for watching episode 59 of my hardcore Minecraft playthrough. In this episode we talked about money and why I dislike it so, and the horrible things that it can do to people as a society, and just people in general, and life, and I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. So, comment, like, subscribe if you did, guys. As ever, you can contact me on Twitter at BananaBombProds, or you can contact me on Facebook, although I don't really go on there much. But if you have anything to say, feel free to let me know either in the comments here or say it on Twitter and we can talk about it there. Or if you don't feel like you want to leave public comments that are open to public scrutiny, then shoot me a PM and we can talk about it further there. I do not mind, but if you have something to say, get in touch and say it, and we will talk about it further. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. I will catch you next time. Ta-ra.